Throwers are stronger than ever with a new level and new buffs. So let's break down the army and how it works before giving you a full example of the army to help you 3-star any base with this buff troop. Now this army is broken up into 3 parts: the Fireball and Warden Walk funnel, the Archer Queen funnel, and the Thrower Smash. On screen is a visual representation of the troops, spells, and heroes needed for each part of this attack strategy, but consider using my creator code CORRUPT, to support me and the channel. First things first, you'll want to start with the Fireball and the Warden Walk to set up funneling. In this case, we're using a very early Fireball, so by using 3 to 4 invisibility spells, we can control the Fireball's pathing to clear out as much as possible. Try to remove defenses like the Monolith, Ricochet Cannons, and the multi-gear towers to clear high DPS off the base. From here, the Warden will also need to clear out trash buildings and defenses with a short Warden Walk. In this case, you're going to use healers to keep him alive if there are any defenses not removed by the Fireball. But you also should use a balloon to scout out air traps to prevent your healers from dying too early. This should allow you to clear out one side of the base with the Fireball along with the short Warden Walk before you pull the Warden into the attack with your throwers. Before you use your throwers though, you need to cut off the other side of your funnel so your throwers could move into the base. Using the Archer Queen here is the most ideal, as she has 2 strong abilities to do so: the Magic Mirror and Action Figure. Pairing this with the Ice Golem and Super Wall Breaker enable you to get into the base and provides enough tanking along with the freeze to actually help clear out that entire compartment with the Action Figure Giant and her cloned queens. This is going to allow you to clear as many defenses as you can and also create better pathing for your throwers. Now that you have your 2 funnels set from the Fireball, Warden Walk, and the Archer Queen funnel, it's time to pull the Warden with the throwers as they walk down and smash defenses. As those throwers are walking down, you can clear defenses over walls thanks to the throwers' longer 6-tile range. But you should also start by using your Root Riders at some point to start moving in, as they provide nice tanking and wall breaking all in one troop. This also allows you to have the Barbarian King and the Apprentice Warden work in to keep everything moving through the base while also being buffed by their HP. As your push moves in, your throwers are able to do constant damage to buildings and defenses thanks to their longer range, while the Root Riders are opening a lane for them as they work in. You should be using the Barbarian King's Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball around here for the really nice damage and opening up the core of the base, while also allowing you to have the Troop Launcher send in barrels that have things like balloons to scout out air traps and Yetis for more damage and tanking. As you work into the core of the base, a rage spell should be used to provide more damage for your throwers and a lot more healing for your healers as you work into it. Your totem spells should be used to prevent damage on your throwers, so place them in a way to divert attention away from your throwers and other troops while you move into the core and past it. This is a little bit different from an Ice Block spell, where instead of keeping your troops frozen in place, you're moving that damage away from your main push. This is going to allow you to run a rage spell and jump spell on the back end to move a lot deeper into the base while still doing plenty of damage with your throwers. Let's not forget that you have the Royal Champion that will be used on the back end of the base with her Electro Boots to clear out skeleton traps and provide additional damage to buildings around her. You also have the Rocket Spear to clear out defenses from a nice safe distance. Having the Spirit Fox here will also allow you to keep her alive longer while she is clearing through any back end structures. This should overall let you clear through the base with your throwers, the Royal Champion on the back end, but you do need to make sure that you have enough time for cleanup so you never time fail with this one army. Now that you understand how this army works, this is the army comp I recommend that you use to 3-star most bases with this strategy between Town Hall 16 and Town Hall 18. With that said, let's give you a visual example of how this all works so you never fail with this army. Now with this attack, we want to start off with the Grand Warden Fireball, and it's going to be a quick fireball, so we want to get it as deep as we can with the 4 invisibilities and our 2 earthquakes, with the fireball being able to smash plenty of defenses while the Warden is walking. You do want to make sure that you use maybe a balloon here to look for any seeking air mines, but obviously we want to clear as many of the key defenses like the monolith, the ricochet cannon, even the crafted defense you should try to remove. Otherwise, from here, the Warden is just walking, and he's going to be trying to clear as many of the buildings around as he can, so the throwers actually go in the proper direction and don't just wander. If you're dealing with enemy heroes, though, I do recommend taking headhunters. This is going to allow you to protect your Warden, so you don't have to worry about that. Otherwise, as the Warden is dealing with any defensive skeleton traps or whatever, you do want to make sure that you are then luring him over with the throwers so you can actually get him to go in the right direction. This is where you can cut off the other side of your funnel with the Ice Golem, the Archer Queen, and the Super Wall Breaker to open up the base and get in with her action figure and magic mirror to set up great funneling. This is where you can then send in the Root Riders, the Barbarian King, the Apprentice Warden, all things that will provide a ton of support for your throwers and the Root Riders. Even if the King doesn't immediately go in, you do have the Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots to open up the base as you work into the core with a Rage Spell and the Root Riders and the throwers. You also have the Troop Launcher that will provide support with balloons for the healers and Yetis for the throwers and everything else. As you work a little bit deeper into the base, you do want to use your totem spells to distract things like the Revenge Tower, the Fire Spitters, and any other defenses to really prevent them from targeting your push. You've also got a jump spell to connect into the back end, a rage spell to get through the core, and the Royal Champion with her Electro Boots and Rocket Spear to clear through the back end. The Rocket Spears will allow you to keep your distance with the Royal Champion and provide enough support while your throwers consistently smash everything underneath the Rage Gem and with help from the healers, as long as you have some form of cleanup with wizards, minions, and any other smaller troops, you should mostly get the 3-star. Thanks to the new level and buffs to the throwers, they are much stronger and better than they have ever been, especially with help from the Fireball for funneling and healers for the additional support. However, if you have missed out on what's new in Clash of Clans, check out these shorts to get a refresher of what these do.